Let me know if it's working, okay? Oh, what's going on? Okay, cool. I'm trying so many windows. Okay. So, oh my God, guys, as usual, so many news, like so much news, right? So it's like when the day starts, or even the night before, I feel like there's a there's a line of like, okay, I feel like, oh no, I know what's going to happen tomorrow, sort of like, but then as the day goes on, it's kind of crazy. And I've started now adding the list of links uh, around the middle of the day or something like that. And I found that it actually is helpful, even for me, because I feel like I go on Twitter and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like I have so many balls, like all this stuff happening. And it's hard to, even though as you know, I keep track of the news, it's hard to remember everything because it's like exactly pinball, because it's like something happens, then it's just boom, 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 boom. And it's like you kind of get lost in all the details. Okay. So here we are. And so you guys saw, maybe I'll just go over the list a little bit of the news of what's going on and we'll talk about it, or let me know if there's anything specific that you want to talk about. I feel like right now a lot of people have questions about Davos and what's happening because a lot of people in the administration went over there, this conference in Switzerland. And there's a lot of Russians there too right now. So it'll be interesting to see. But let's see here. I'll show you. I'll show you, but I'll just read it. So today, there's a list of new news. So it's Trump and company go to Davos. Melania is not going to Davos. That's kind of will be an interesting kind of fun one to do. And then the GOP feud with the FBI ratchets up because the whole story of the Nunes fake memo. Okay. And then there's another piece of news. Mitch McConnell stopped Obama from calling out Russians before the election. And then there's news about the person who is competing against Ted Cruz, who's doing okay. I mean, not ahead of him, but okay. And then the connection between Eric Prince and Giuliani and like getting the oh my God. So getting the Comey Hillary thing, remember, even it's like hard, it feels like 10 years ago this happened, but it was just before the election. So let me know, guys, what you think. If you have any, what do you feel like you want to know more about? No, I didn't watch the press conference, and maybe something else happened that I don't know about. Oh my God. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. Oh my God. Faux news, yeah. Okay, so let's see. There's also somebody mentioned, Kristen mentioned Fox News. So there's also one day to look into Fox News, okay? So I'm thinking here. I'm just thinking as if we should, somebody mentioned Trump's health. I don't know how that's going, okay? If we should see, if we should look into what his health is looking like, okay, for the next, I don't know. Let's see. I'm just going to close my eyes and concentrate here, okay, guys? So he said he's going to talk to Mueller. You know what I'm thinking? It's a very simple question. Maybe it would be a nice sort of introductory question just to warm up. What is going on through Trump's mind right now? Because that's just a simple question. Like now that we see all of this happening, right? It's like, what the hell, right? Because it's like, what is going on? Because even if you're like a seasoned criminal, okay? Yes, exactly. Because even if you're a seasoned criminal and a sociopath like him, you have to be afraid. Exactly. And his lawyers have no experience. Exactly. Panic attack. Oh, and I think, guys, too, you remember I mentioned that website that I sometimes go to. It's it's a body language website, and the guy's a doctor, and he said that his the fact that he holds I've said this before, the hands means that he has some sort of problem shaking, and I think it could be from drugs too. You know what I mean? It could just be that he has some like shake thing, but it's also that he may have taken too many drugs to try to like ride this. You know what I mean? Because can you imagine if you're completely incapable of dealing with details and those kinds of things? You can't like, yeah, I'm sure Christy asked, I wonder if those young people around him slip him stuff. Like I said, I joke this in the songs when I do those songs, but I honestly, guys, I think there must be a meth lab underneath, like down in the basement of the White House. I feel like those people are all kind of on, like Stephen Miller, he looks like he's on drugs. I'm sorry. Yeah, not that I know like necessarily what they would be like, but I feel like they are kind of like they are all kind of like altered, you know? Yes, I remember the thing with Hillary. He was like, he had like things underneath his nose or something. Yes, he's going to talk to Mueller, but guys, this is like, he said a lot. Okay, before, for example, he said before, he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to talk to Mueller, but then it's like, well, unless I can, talk to Mueller, meaning I answer 25 questions in writing and then I show up for a minute or so. You know what I mean? That's very, I don't know. That's very, yeah. But guys, by the way, I have ADD, and I do take Adderall. So essentially, I feel like it's interesting because if you have ADD and you take Adderall, like you're actually not shaky at all. It's the opposite. It's like very, like, it's like a line. So I feel like for him, either he's abusing drugs or something. Okay. He must be on, like, I think he's taking it to, like, he's over compensating or whatever, or I forgot how you say it exactly. Because even though, like I said, even though Adderall is speed, Adderall is speed, but it's also, if you don't have ADD, either if you take way too much, I guess, I don't know, you probably get like that. But exactly, we have like, it's just, yeah, it's not the same. But I feel like he definitely has every symptom of an ADD person. Okay. So yeah, interesting. So, okay, guys. So I'm gonna concentrate and ask, what is going on with Trump right now? Let's see. Oh, this will be interesting. Okay, I'm just closing my eyes now, and I'm thinking, what is going on through his mind right now? A, B, what does he think his chances really are? Like, when he talks to himself, like inside, what does he think? What does he really think his chances are? And then I'm trying to think. Yeah, what is going on through his mind right now? What does he think? Like, in general, how does he see his situation? And then B, what does he think his chances are with Mueller? Okay. And then, yes, but I feel somehow, Patricia, I wonder, because I think he is crazy, but at the same time, I feel like the fact that he pushes away, and now you're seeing today, there was news that Mueller interviewed everybody, Sally Yates, James Comey, all the heads of all the intelligence agencies that are no longer working for him. Okay, like all these people, they know what's going on. They know the reality. Okay, that's behind the scenes, which should be behind the scenes. But like, hello? Okay, hello. So, okay, so let's see here. What is going on through his mind right now? What does he think his chances are? His true chances are with Mueller. And is he saying, okay, this is the third part. Is he saying that he's going to talk to Mueller just to say it, or will he really, does he really, okay. Okay. And then, okay, and then I have another question about the FBI emails, but then it's like it's a different question. So let's see, what's going on in Trump's mind right now? What's his world picture right now? What's going on in his mind? How does he see himself overall in the situation? How does he see himself in terms of Mueller particularly? And does he think he's going to go in this interview with Mueller, or is he just saying it? Okay. Okay. So the question I asked, what is going on in his mind right now? So we have this card here, which is a card of a person making plans. Plans with the loyalists making plans, okay? And I'm thinking to myself, could this be Mueller? Okay, I don't know. Let's see here. And then happy news. Happy news. Can you imagine happy news? Oh, hi, Linda. Great to see you. Guys, I'm going to say, like I want to overshare a little bit here. I had a reading. Linda gave me a reading. It was amazing. So interesting. Anyway, it's so funny. And then anyway. So, yeah, it was very interesting. Anyway, so I'm gonna focus, because I saw her, I just wanted to say hello. Okay. All right, so news. And this is a card of a person who's very restless and this is a card of peace of mind, basically. So upside down, that's not good, and it's a secret. So he's kind of stressed about a secret. Oops. And then this is abundance, okay. And I feel like, in a way, this represents the country, okay. So this is a deal about the country. So I wonder, we'll see. I'll put these together, guys, and show you. Because I wonder if I really do wonder if this is Mueller. Because but at the same time, Trump traditionally has always been very much about who is loyal, who's not loyal. Okay, so this is it's like a good like the loyalists come into his mind, or because the cards represent the dog as a good person in general. Okay, if it's not surrounded by other cards, but at the same time, Trump sees them as basically anybody that Trump likes pretty much is not a dog, meaning not a good person. So it's interesting. I wonder, because it looks more like it's actually Mueller. Okay, because here's the situation, kind of a dangerous situation for him. The good person knows the secret, basically, okay? And what is the secret? The secret about the deal. And the person, this is a card that the writer is I'll show you very quickly. The writer is when a person, it's the news, okay? That a person comes into your life or a situation. So I feel like what he's saying, what we see here is that, Mueller is gonna tell my secret. Okay, I believe so, guys. I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly if it's necessarily, because I don't think it would be his loyalists have news about a secret deal. Yeah. So I don't know that. Okay, so this is what's going on through his mind right now. Okay, so let's see. The next part is, does he think, what does he think are the, like, what does he think his chances are in beating the Mueller investigation? What does he really think? Okay. What does he really think his chances are in beating the Mueller investigation? This is a card of a person who's like hermit upside down. Okay, it's a card of a person who is living kind of crazy, living their own reality or the reality they create, highly isolated. And then we have the sun on top of this, which I think in this context means that because he's so isolated, that's how he sees the world. Okay, he sees it in that manner. That's informed by how isolated or crazy he is. Okay. And this is like the card of wishes coming true, but upside down. It means that he doesn't want something. What doesn't he want? Election. And I think now it makes more sense. So I feel like if we combine these, someone is looking at the election. He doesn't want him to look into the election, because the sun, it's basically about it's about the election in the context of all the Trump readings, but it's also looking into something. I could also read it as like, oh, he's happy because of the election, but I don't think that's it at all. I think it's just that he has a warped idea of how things are because he's so isolated, but he knows there's something to do with them looking into the election, and he does not want that. And that the answer and the key is financial. This is a card of basically, it's also a card of regularity, okay? But I think ultimately this represents finances. That and he said that himself. He never wanted Mueller to look into his finances. And this is a card of a group working together. And I think what this means in the context of Trump is that it's like because Trump right here is right on top of these people. So he feels like I think he's worried about the group of people that have surrounded him, have worked. Oh, guys, look at how interesting. I have never thought of this before, but this is the image of an artisan who is finishing up a building. This was actually a building project. So I don't know if this was sort of like the Middle Ages or something, but basically was like an early version of a real estate project or whatever. So it's all the people that have worked with him in this real estate project. Okay, it's kind of interesting because in tarot, not the Lenormand, the tarot especially, you do have to look at the symbolism very closely because a lot of times it tells you things. So then here it's like it's key. Okay. So what I think this is telling us here is that he knows that the people he has worked with in these real estate projects are key to whether or not he's guilty. Okay. So putting these together, we have because the question was, what does he think from his perspective, what are his odds of beating Mueller? Okay. So he doesn't want him to look into the election, but the key is finances. And he's worried that depending on whoever the people he has worked with in the past are the key to his downfall. Like if he can somehow prevent these people, or I have a feeling, honestly, guys, that he's not super worried about the election. He really is just worried about money, in the sense that the money holds the key to everything, because it's the money connected to the people, like I showed you the card before right here, connected to the people that he has worked with before in real estate projects. Okay. So it's almost like he's not even thinking about the election. He's thinking of ways to avoid the investigation from going into his financial picture. Okay. And I mean, not necessarily, I'm sorry, let me just be specific here, because it was very specific. It's because it's the people that may have financed him in the past, in his past real estate deals. Wow, this is so specific, guys. It's crazy, right? Makes a lot of sense. This is it. Wow. Because you know what? Oh my God. It's kind of like, whoa, whoa. Because this makes a lot of sense, right? In the context of what we know to be the whole thing, the whole issue with debt. Okay. So that's interesting. Okay. So this is the answer to the part of the question. What does Trump think his chances of beating Mueller are? Okay. All right. So that's how he sees the picture. So is he okay? So then the other part of the question was, when he said today that he wants to talk to Mueller, does he really mean he wants to talk to Mueller, or is it a distraction tactic to push it away? Okay. Is it okay? I'm going to ask this question. Okay. Is it a distraction? Did he really mean that, or is it a way to? No. So okay, I'm just show you the cards and then look at it another way. But so the moon upside down is another card of a crazy person, because we had already seen this, the Hermit upside down, which is one of the cards that indicates sort of like madness in a different way. This is a second card that indicates madness. And this one is probably the biggest one, moon upside down. Okay, crazy person. Patty Joe asked, could Mueller have Trump's tax return? Patty Joe, I believe yes, but we can ask that. Let me just show you what this said, this part. Okay, and then we'll look into the tax return. Yeah, I'm sure at this point. Okay. Okay, so here's him, the crazy person behind the government. Could also be the law. Okay, but I don't think this is necessarily about law. I'll show you why. And then this is a Wheel of Fortune, basically things turning out positively in money. So I think he thinks the government, this is so sickening, but it makes sense considering him. Like he's crazy, like his warped idea, now because it's crazy, his warped idea about the government means that he thinks he hit the jackpot and is going to get a lot of money. Like winning the presidency for him was like, hey, woo, I won the jackpot, like a lot of money. Okay, this was a great stroke of luck. I won a lot of money, and that's what being a president is about for him. Okay. And then a person who's away from the spiritual path, and this is a card of the boss, but also money. Okay, another financial card. And then this is a card. This is kind of classic but predictable. This is a card of a person. I remember this so well from Jeff Sessions. It's a card of the bigot card, I call it, I guess. But it's the person who's clinging to an invented idea of what the past should like. Well, it's like fake nostalgia. Like they want this dated idea of values that are not. That's just a fantasy. Okay, so it's like this Nazi idea of the past. The same thing. He has the same thing. And this is the heart. So I think here it means that at heart he is this like a bigoted person. Okay, his values are behind, are dated and are kind of backwards, literally. Okay. And I think this makes sense here. Okay, if we look at these together, because it's a person who's away from spirituality, a person who clings to these dated ideas of what the future or of what everything should be or should look like. Okay, so then I think this is saying, okay, so the government, the warped idea about the government comes from a person who is away from spirituality or from the the soul, from the right soul. Okay, so the leadership in the government is away from spirituality. This is crazy, away from spirituality, and he thinks the government was just like winning the lottery. Now he has all the money. He can take all the money he wants. And the sad thing here on this side, which has this card here, is that if you look at it, it's like his value, like at his heart, he only cares about money. Okay. And on his heart, like his truth, money and bigoted ideas. Okay. So it's like he thinks he won the lottery, and at heart, he's the boss who cares about money. And at his heart, he's basically a bigoted person who sees power as a means to get money, a lot of money. Okay. So this still does not answer the question of whether I feel like if I think of the question, which was, does he really want to talk to Mueller? I feel like, you know what I feel like, guys? It's like a person, the image I have is a person who is going to, what is the word? A burglar who goes into someone's house and tries to take as much as they can before time runs out. And so he's just trying to wing it because he wants the money. Okay, whatever money he can get. Okay. Oh. But do you guys, Patricia said she has. Okay. I don't know. So anyway, okay. So anyway, so basically here it's just saying that he thinks he's basically like a burglar. I think he thinks that the government is about. It's like he got the big. He's lucky. Yes, Patricia. No, yeah, he's lucky, and now he has all the money he wants, and he's doing it for the money, and for a heart that is away from the right values. So basically, he's just very far from everything that matters. Okay, yeah, not just selfish, but a person who has these he's basically, we know that to be true about him, right? He's basically a bigoted, racist person who only cares about money and uses the government as a means to enrich himself. That's it. I think that's it, really. So it still didn't happen. It didn't tell me if he wants to meet with Mueller or not. So let's ask another question. I mean, it just explain more about who he is. Yeah. I don't know that he does, though. I don't know that. Yeah, is it going to meet? Does Trump follow through with his message today that he's actually going to meet with Mueller, or is it just talk? Is he going to follow through with what he said today and actually meet with Mueller or not? Is he going to? He said today that he wants to meet with Mueller. Is this going to happen? Will he follow through with this? Okay. Oh. Okay, guys, a card fell. I'll be right back. I have to go grab it. Okay, a second. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Oh my God. The anchor card fell. So, okay, so this is a card of the sullen teenager card. It's like, no, I'm not going, whatever, like that. Basically, that explains him, okay? Yeah, so it's like, no, 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 like, you know, kind of annoying. So then an opportunity. I feel like he saw this as some sort of opportunity, okay? Opportunity for publicity, being the public eye. So I think he said it just to make it sound good, okay? And then I'll show you the card that's underneath, guys. I'm gonna cry hard when I show you this card, okay? It's very sad, very sad. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, painful ending. Oh my God. So basically, it's like he saw it as an opportunity to get publicity, but underneath it, there's a painful ending, okay? So what this may tell us is that although he saw it as an opportunity to get publicity, what it's really masquerading is a painful ending. And there's another horrible card coming, guys. Okay. So, and this is a card of an offer upside down. Okay. So here's a man like this is a man who does not take the offer. Okay. He's offered something. Exactly, Ruth. Oh, yeah. He'll never show up. Yeah. So he's like, here's a person who has an offer. And like, no, sorry. He wants to get it. You know what it is? This is kind of perfect. So here's a man who has an offer. He's like, whatever. Okay. And then if you turn it upside down, he wants to escape the offer. So he made an offer, but you know how he's always like this. He's a con artist. So he made an offer and he wants to get away from it. Okay. And then what do we get here? We get anchor. So this is interesting. Interesting because I feel like either he's stuck because the anchor is a card of a long time, or he's stuck. He can't get away from it. He made an offer that he can't get away from. And I'll show you, there's other meanings, okay? More stuff coming. And then, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, look, Trump Tower falling apart. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my God. Wait, oh my God. Hi, Michelle. I didn't know. That's crazy. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7:30. Anyway, so, oh my God. My God, I'm so sorry for him. I'm so sorry. Falling apart, the Trump Tower. Because, oh, sorry, he made his shady business deals. Oh, I'm so sorry. Trump Tower is falling apart. Everybody's so depressed, so sad. So then, okay. So then looking at this together, guys, it's kind of interesting. So this is he's been a long time fox, right? Is a shady person. He's been a long time shady person. But I think it's interesting I'm not saying this is going to happen. Okay, we get really excited if I say this, but I feel like, you know, he says he wants to get away. He made the offer. He wants to get away from the offer, but then he's stuck, and then everything falls apart for him. Or the fox gets time. Fox thinks he wants to get away. He's like, oh no, I'm gonna go talk to him, and then like, actually no, I can't. I'm not gonna go anymore. And he's like, and then Amoro's like, do you know something called handcuffs? That's what I got for you. Okay, this is it. It's like, so here's your handcuffs. You're coming with us. Okay. I don't know. I'm like imagining, but this is like this metal situation. It's not like Star Cartridge. I don't know. So it's like, oh yeah, oh my God, imagine. And like Mueller pulls out like custom made handcuffs, like tiny ones for him. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, we have tiny size, extra small. So anyway, so I feel like this is like long time for the fox. Okay, this is, if you read it literally, because you have a person who, it's almost like he thinks he's like so above you. He's like, I'm not going anymore. Okay, I'm fine. I don't need. It's like, do you know something called him? Okay, so it's like it comes to him, and then everything falls apart for the fox. Okay, and then let's put it together side by side. The other part, which is starts here, right? So the aggressive person, like, he sees it. He grabs the opportunity to get publicity in the midst of like a painful ending. And then he turns down the offer, which is the tarot underneath. Okay. And then everything falls apart for the fox. The interesting thing is, because this card the card of the garden, which is the public, is also a card of an image, right? Because it's like whatever, it's like, let's say that this is the layer where we're private and then go public. So whatever is not you. There's two cards, I think, in Lenormand that are about the public. It's the moon and the garden. So basically, this is society too. So society sees the fox in society. Okay, so I feel like society sees him for what he is. And then if we look at it, the public, he uses the public he thinks the public, he wants an opportunity from the public, but the public gives him, like, shows him who he really is. And that the way that he thought this is kind of interesting too, because it's like he thought this was an opportunity for him to be bratty. He's like, no, I don't want to, whatever, I'm not going. And then comes the anchor, right? Because the anchor is like, you're not going anywhere, my friend. Okay, right? Because that's what I think. And if you think of the symbolism of the anchor as it's something to do with, like, if I think of any, like, the symbol of the anchor, even tattoos of the anchor, it's like somebody, you want to think of somebody forever, or you're stuck with like, it's permanence, really. So he thought he was going to be cute and be an opportunist, but it turns out that he got time instead. So I feel like this whole, like, game that he's playing with, like, oh, I'm gonna go, but I'm not really gonna go, whatever. And it's like, girl, got your handcuffs right now. You're gonna put him on. We're gonna go over there. We're gonna go to jail. Okay, whatever. So that's what I think. It's ultimately the image I get here is that Mueller is like, yeah, let him do whatever he wants. Let him whatever. And then until one day he's completely cornered, and there's no way out. Okay. Because here you have the tower. These two cards combined are horrible. Okay, so painful ending and the tower. So everything is falling apart, and it's over, completely over, and it's painful. But then it happened because he was like, he saw it as an opportunity, and he wanted to get away, but he was stuck. It's forever, like, it's done. Okay, and it's basically the fox is also dealings behind the scenes. So it's not just him, but everything he has done behind the scenes so far. So that's this part. Okay. Okay. So, ooh, that was kind of crazy. It's kind of intense. So this was just a question about whether he or not he's going to the interview. Okay. Now, do we want more in this? Because I can pull out more cards about this. I'm trying to think. But, you know, Jen saying Sessions went to White House after his interview. You know what I think happened? I think they have recordings. Okay. That's what I believe. They have recordings of Sessions. So it's not like he can't be like, because what was I reading this where I've seen it before, that they said they record the Russian ambassador talking. Okay. That's why that's how people knew that he had talked to the ambassador many times, because those people their conversations are always recorded, because he's a very high level. Basically, he's like a spy master, you know, that guy. So it's not like he can just kind of, you know, have phone conversations with anybody. Okay. So, and I'm sure they must have been these people were on the radar of all these intelligence agencies for a long time. So it's not like you could be like, I didn't know, whatever. You know, it's just like that's what happens. Anyway, so let's think here. Okay, the last question before we go in this, because we're talking about Trump and the whole thing with Mueller. How does the story end? That's really the question here. How does this interview story with Mueller and Trump end? Let's see what it says. Oh, I'm sorry. Last card. Oops. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh God. I'm sorry. I can't hold it back. I can't. Oh my God. Okay, let's see. Oh, whoops. Okay, because let's just show you the tarots and the. So this is a person who abuses power, right? Who could that be? Oh my God. Who? Trump? No. So fair. You know, so fair. So there's a transformation for the person who abuses power. He has to leave. Basically, he has to. Okay. The line. Okay, watch the line. How did it say the line? In Portuguese, we say a fila anda. The line moves. So it's like you keep going, okay? So, all right. So then we have, this is a man. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, okay, so this is a person who abuses power, the emperor, upside down, and something changes, okay? Movements. The devil? Oh my God, it's so unexpected. So unexpected. Oh my God. Wow. So he tries to move away from the devil that he is himself and that he created. But who comes along? Russia. Woo! Can't get away from Russia. I sold my country to the Russians. I sold my country to the Russian mob, and I never delivered. Okay. So it's like he can't get away from the devil. Obviously, like the true bondage that he created with Russia, which is true, right? So he moves away. Something happens, some change happens regarding the Russia situation. And I almost wonder, like, I hoped on my mind that he was going to fly away to Siberia or something. But okay, hold on. Now I have to find the other cards here. Oh, I'm sorry. Disharmonious relationships and in the family, okay, or in the group of loyalists ultimately, okay. And then, oh, let's see. This is a card of manipulation. Oh, anger, actually. I'm sorry. The queen, I feel like it's like angry woman, kind of like Goebbels type of, but I feel like it's kind of like fighting angry. Oops, I'm sorry, but then the side comes and he dies anyway. Oh, I'm so sorry. How does it end? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So let me, okay, here. So, oh my God, I know. I wonder if they're going to like slip some polonium in his drink or something. I kind of, it's not to say this, but kind of wish they would or something. But you know how, oh, by the way, guys, I remember this. Remember how he had a meeting with Vladdy P the other time? And then the next day he was feeling terrible. He was like really, right? So I wonder if like Vladdy P was like, he put something in his drink. Somebody put something in my drink. Somebody. Okay. So then here is like a change to the tree. Okay. A change to, I think in the context of what we have seen here, the tree also means family. So the family has to move. Okay. I'm sorry. And then the family is cut and the Russia people are cut. Okay. So, oh, and the other thing that it means too, I forgot. This could mean I've seen this card. It's a new way of seeing this card, the stork. I've seen it in the banking transaction as a banking transaction, financial transfer. So I feel like this could also mean like kind of a financial transfer from or to Russia, and then financial transfer that grew the family and grew his business gets cut. So that's it. Everything, he's angry maybe because he got cut. It ends with a sight. So it's like, it's like an end. And if I think about it, actually, if we think of his family or his whole mob thing, it's like the mob. So basically it's like, this is the tree of the mob. Almost like, think of it as an org chart. Okay. The tree. So the org chart of people related to Russia gets cut. Okay. Because he was like, yeah, that would be amazing, Diane, if his assets were frozen. Yes, because I feel like here the transfers or the movements related to Russia, like oh, you know what, guys, what it could mean also, that the whole thing with the election, in a way, hacking is a little bit like that. In a way that sense that, like, they transfer the files. It's a card about movement and things being transferred in some way. Okay. So it's interesting because it basically means that there's an ending to things related to Russia and related to the org chart that he's connected to, because he's right here. Okay. So I'm sorry, that's how it ends about him talking to Mueller. Mueller's like, whatever, talk to me or not, you're done. You're done, bitch. Bye. So that's that. Okay. So it's been, okay. Bye. Okay, guys. So it's been 47 minutes, and I feel like we should move on to another topic. There are several topics. Yes. I'm trying to think here. Anything else you want to know? Okay, I can start a new reading. I could ask about Davos, or we could ask about, Melania. I'm also kind of curious about Melania. I don't really, it's more like a fun thing. I'm just going to undo the reading here, okay? So unless you have a topic, just tell me if you have a preference or curiosity, just write it out, okay? Okay. I'm going to go back here and see if there's anything. I'm kind of, Davos, okay. Davos, okay. So I'm also curious. I'm curious about Melania. I'm also curious about the whole the fake memo about the FBI. Davos, okay. Let's do Davos. Davos, what's going? Okay. I'm thinking of asking, what are their plans? Okay, I'm going to leave while he's in that. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see here. So there's the one thing, the Davos. Okay, let's look at the Davos thing. Donna asked about the threats to CNN, but I feel like, Donna, it happens all the time. We just don't know about it. I read a lot, like a lot of journalists get threats all the time because all the Trump followers, a lot of the crazy ones, they're like crazy people. Curious, Diane asked if Trump's issue with FBI tax. I don't think so. But I think it would be, I really want to know about this chain of where does this chain end and where does it start? Because they start these fake stories, but I wonder if they're following because the Russians are the smartest people around them. Okay. They understand this whole spy game communication thing much better than Trump does. So I'm just wondering if the orders come from them. They're like, okay, you're going to say this, you're going to blame this person, that person. What is the kind of the water falling, where's the origin? But anyway, in terms of Davos, okay, let's see. Should we ask what is going to happen? Okay. But Diane, the whole thing about the texts is that it's a distraction, okay? whatever. I feel like the focus of they want people to think about these texts because they don't want them to think about the investigation. Okay. I think so. Oh my God. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see here. What is going is like. Oh yeah. I was thinking, guys, of asking them the thing about Davos, like A, what's going to happen for Trump in Davos, and B, what are the consequences? What's going to happen to Trump as a consequence of Davos afterwards? So just two parts. Okay. I don't know what you think. What, you know, if so what is happening to Trump and company at Davos, and what happens when he comes back? What are the consequences of Davos? Okay, for Trump. Okay, what ends up being the consequence of Davos for Trump? Okay. Because yeah, what's happening? Yeah, please, please. Yeah, I feel like Angelica said Trump claims he wants to ask for business for USA companies. No, it's like he's like such a joker. Obviously, he just wants money from people, right? Yeah. Oh my God, Nunes, joker. What a like pathetic loser. And I'm thinking to myself, like the FBI agents must be like hungry for revenge. Can you imagine? Like once this whole thing goes out, like this guy is never going to get out of jail. It's like he's digging a hole for himself. Wouldn't it have been so much easier to have been like, look, this is what they're doing to me. They're like, okay, you know, they're blackmailing me. I don't want this to happen. It's horrible. He should have done that, but instead he's like doing whatever they want. And it's like, does he really think what is so dumb? Because it doesn't have, just so stupid. Those people. Oh my God. Yeah. No, and I feel like they don't have any respect for these guys. Okay. They're just like, whatever. Because or obviously in Russia, it's like, if you do something like that, you get killed. Bye, whatever. They don't care. They don't see them as valuable. It's just like they're idiots that we're using that term, useful idiot. Okay. All right. So what's happening for Trump at Davos, and what happens after, like once he comes back? Yeah, exactly. People won't care about us. Yeah, he's just like a minor person, especially because like, yeah, he's just like a little employee or whatever. Yeah. They're clown circus. Okay. Okay. Oops. It's going to be a great party. Disharmony and regret and guilt and heaviness. Huh. Oh my God. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, Trump. You're going to do fantastic. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm trying to think, how many cards do I pull for this? Do you guys want a very in-depth look at what happens in Davos, or just the basic? Because I could do a little bit more in depth, not super, but like, you know, just 9 cards versus 4. I'm just gonna pull, okay. 9. Okay. So, oh, look, another great card. Death. Coffin. It's going to be a fantastic, it's going to be a great trip. Can you, okay, guys, I'm sorry. You know what I thought? Now I got kind of excited. I'm like, whoa, what if something happens? Like, what if you get sick or something? Oh my God. Simon. Yeah, this is the guy. And guys, honestly, somebody emailed me about some other Russian guy, and I'm like, you know, the thing is, I'm kind of like, I want to focus on Trump and all these guys because not to say anything, but I'm like, you know what, this guy is supposedly the head of the Russian mob, and I'm like, maybe I should. I'm like, I don't know if I want to kind of put it, you know, use a name. It could be like Russian mob, but like put the guy's name, and then he's like, somebody like, hello, who are you? I'm here. You do riddle me? I'm going to break your leg. You're dead. Okay, imagine, like seriously, like I don't know. You're like, you're dead. I'm going to send you some tea. It is over for you. You're going to laugh. Huh. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, Margaret is back. She's on, right? Was Margaret? Okay, okay. Anyway, go ahead. Because it's like, imagine it's like, I'm here. I got you. Huh. You're kidnapped. You think you're smart, huh? I am the king of the world. Oh my God. Imagine. Yeah, because I'm like, hi guys, I'll tell you everything you want to know about the Russian mob. And then you have the news is like this woman was found in a suitcase. You know how there's like a news of some guy who was killed by one of them, I'm sure, is like he miraculously locked himself in a suitcase. It's like, wow, that really happens, right? People want to kill themselves, they really are gonna go in a suitcase and like somehow close the suitcase. Get real. Get real. Oh my God. Oh my God, look. Things are going well. We can say that about the trip. Things are going well. Oh my God. Wait, where's the cards? I'm like, the Russian. Oh my God. Oh my God. Exactly. It's like, oops. President suddenly decided to exercise a lot. And then, you know, yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. So, oh my God. It's like, woo. It's like, so anyway, guys, no, seriously, about those names, the guy sent me some name. I had to look it up, and it's like the guy who's like super, you know, well-connected, like Russian guy program or something. I'm like, maybe I should not. I'll look into the situation, but not the person, because those people are a little sketchy, you know. And they want to imagine if they come hack me or whatever, and make my life a living hell just by hacking. It's kind of annoying, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm just like, you know, look at the situation. So, okay. Oh, so this is I showed you the center card, right? It's like a card of like heaviness, dark times, guilt, and this harmony at the bottom, like underneath. Okay. And then the first card, what is it? Oops, painful ending. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm really so sad today. I don't know what to do. Anyway, so because it's upside down, I feel like it means that he wants to avoid a painful death, which is great, right? Meaning he's going there. He thinks this is an opportunity. He's feeling like he's going to die. So this is an opportunity for him, okay? This is how he feels. And this is like what happens. So it's an opportunity. He feels like he's almost dying, okay? And then this is a person who has power to transform thoughts into reality. He's like, I'm going for it. I'm going to do it. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest ever. And then, boom, coffin. Whoops. Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast. And then we have here, this is interesting. This would actually make sense here about Davos, because this is basically the Illuminati, or like the group of people who are powerful, okay? And they're going to look into something, or or it's just light, or I'll see here, I'll connect. So then an opportunity comes to an end, I think. An opportunity, final, yeah, the end of an opportunity. Okay, so an opportunity comes to an end because I feel like here, this is interesting, because the powerful people have seen the light. They know you, Donnie. They know who you are, okay? So I feel like it's like he gets there. He's like, I'm gonna, I'm the greatest. I'm the best. I'm the whatever. They're like, no, you are not. We have seen you. You are garbage. You are terrible. Okay, so then, yeah. So it's like, exactly. So I feel like he thinks it's an opportunity, but it's the end of an opportunity. Yeah, so it's like Switzerland. Different accents, foreign people, all kinds of accents. You are horrible person. We think you are vulgar. You are horrible. So, well, let's try Pink Panther. We are the detective looking for the clues. Oh my God. Okay. So yeah, so the powerful people behind the scenes know what he's like. So what he thought was an opportunity is actually an ending. So he's like, it's always that sound effect. I think sometimes when I see Trump, it's like, wah, 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 wah. Like he thinks he's gonna, something happens. He thinks he's like so special, so smart, and that's what happens. And then it's like a down. This is a victory, okay, and upside down, it's like lack of clarity. So it's sort of like this image of like a person trying to like. It's like if you don't exercise for like 2 years and then you go to a spin class, you think you're gonna do it well. And then after 2 minutes, you're like, I don't know. So anyway, so this is like this is the government, okay? So it's like the government, maybe the U.S. government is not doing so well, obviously, considering his government, meaning his administration. And this is I think a card of the country, right? The happiness in the country, because it's a card of a family happiness, but upside down, the country is not happy. But he gets his money, that's what what matters to him. Now, and if we put this together, it's saying that there's in a way, a weakened, like the power or the sharpness of the U.S. government is not as strong because of the guilt. Okay. So I feel like people are sensing that the government is guilty. The U.S. government is guilty because of these shady money dealings. Okay. So I feel like that's the, what he gets out of it. I don't know if he never realizes anything, but that's really the effect, like what's happening there. It's like, well, the U.S. government is not powerful anymore because it's guilty. Like, and if you think of this card, it's very dark. In a way, it's like guilty in the sense of like infected, like it's infected with guilt. Like it's dark, okay, because of all the the shady financial connections, okay. And then there's a man here, like a blonde guy. I don't think it's him. It could be I wonder if it's the French president, somebody, okay. So it's like another man. It's key here to the Davos experience for him. It's like okay. And the world upside down, okay. So a gift to an invitation to the world upside down. I don't know, Morgan. Okay. So anyway, Macron, yes, exactly. Yeah, this makes sense actually, Diane, because Macron, because this is the world, like you were making the world upside down. It's saying here, I think this is saying the key to this meeting is the gift. Like in a way, if you could interpret it more literally, I think this means the key or the answer to the question, like what happens in Davos, is that it's his gift in a way, I think his role in turning the world upside down. And the last card is Wheel of Fortune upside down. So beginning again, another card that looks like things are going badly for him. Okay, he's like the luck has turned for him for the worse, and this is him. Okay, so I'm going to put this together, and then we'll look at the entire tableau to look at the. I feel like here it means it's key. The answer is the gift, or like the wealth, is like his role in turning the world upside down, okay, because of him here, and then the Wheel of Fortune upside down. So the key here is his contribution in a literal way, okay, in turning the world upside down, and the end of his like his luck turning, okay. So, oh, 1 second, I'm just going to put this. So then to show you, because the other connections are important, so just looking at them. And no, guys, it's kind of funny. I'm not gonna complain or anything, but it's just kind of like I know the way that I do this is kind of like DIY or whatever, and it's not professional or perfect. But sometimes people write to me and they're like, send me links to like stuff on Amazon. They're like, I saw this great card holder. What do you think? You know, maybe you could use those for your readings. And I actually, think about it sometimes. I'm like, yeah, no, it's true. But I almost feel like it's not the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, it's not like those shows. Like, I don't know. It's kind of funny. Anyway, so I know it's like it's kind of like DIY or whatever. But then I think, oh yeah, maybe I should get one of those things. But then it'll be like, well, as you can see here, the first card on the right is like, okay. So anyway, girl, do you boo? Yeah. So anyway. Yeah. So anyway, guys, so here, okay, so let me go back. I don't want to get more distracted. Okay, so Trump card hold. Yeah, that's funny. So, okay, so an opportunity for the government. Okay, see it. An ending because of guilt. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. So here, guys, it's interesting because it's weird because it's like a key opportunity to the government. Okay, the first row there. You have the opportunity for the government is key. And then an ending because of the gift, like an ending because of his guilt as a result of the gifts he received. And at the bottom, the sun here, I don't know if you can see it. The sun, meaning looking to his money, turns things around for the worse for Dotard. So I almost feel like, yeah, I almost feel like, I don't know, that it's saying like this. It's kind of sad actually when I think about it, because it's saying a key opportunity for the US government comes to an ending because of Trump's guilt. And because people have looked into the financial relationships that he has gotten himself into while the country is upset at him. Okay. So so anyway, so that's interesting. Okay. So I feel like it's a little bit sad, and of course we're angry. It's kind of makes me sad and angry at the same time, which I always do, but that it's saying it's an opportunity, it's key. Was key to the government. Okay. But then because he's guilty, but at least there's a good thing, guys. It's coming to an end. It's over, I think, for him, okay? Because it's like an ending because of his guilt, his gifts, okay? Another way, yeah. So it's funny because I feel like here you have two financial cards, like the gift that he got, okay, and also the gift that, if you see the second row, it's like the coffin, the cross, and the bouquet. So an ending because of guilt through the financial gift, and the center column, which is the tower, the cross, and the fish. So the government is guilty because of the financial payments. Okay, so either way, his guilt, because the center card is very important, and the center card is a card of guilt. So the guilt that he has affects everything. It affects the gifts to the government. I think, yo, you know what? I have to I'm going to unplug these and show you guys, because you know what? Now I'm getting more things. It's like for him, oh, you know what it is? I feel like this is a key. This is also a card that I associate with corruption. You know, when like you get a payment, okay? So it's like he goes there to get corrupt money, I think, too, okay? It's like, of course we know that he's like the worst. But if we look at what's called the diamond pattern here, it's the ending of the government, okay? Because of the gifts, meaning corrupt payments in large amounts. Okay, so that's one. And another one here that is important is that here the sun, basically the summary of the reading is an opportunity. He sees it as an opportunity that is key for dotard to have prominence in a way, right? So it's like key, important opportunity for dotard to be seen. Okay, that may be what they intended, but that's not how it ends. You know what I mean? I feel like this was an opportunity for him to kind of, so it's not like, I don't know. It's just, yeah. So I think he goes to this trip thinking that he's all that, okay? Exactly. And I think also that in a way, what he wants to do, which is like to actually turn the US into a third world country, only makes him weaker. And the reason why he wanted to go to these things and wanted to be president is to be strong. But if you weaken your country, you're going to weaken your own position. I mean, it's so obvious, but to him, I guess not. Okay. So, so that's okay. Now this was like what happens in Davos. Now I can ask what happens when he comes back from Davos. Should I? Do you want to go? Do you want to find out more? Yes? Okay. Okay, as a result, okay. What happens to Trump as a result of his trip and after he comes back from the trip? Because I think it's two things, right? Because I feel like I'm seeing him coming back and like being punched. Okay, like there's a lot more shit that's gonna hit him when he comes back from here, and as well as the consequences of like having attended this meeting. So what happens to Trump after the meeting as a result of the meeting, as well as what he encounters when he comes back, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. Things are really disorganized and falling apart. He can't handle details because of the corruption. I'm so sorry. I had no idea. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whoa. Oh my God, yes. Yep. Yeah, Lavinia, he looked cocky and pleased with himself yesterday. Does he know he's on the way out? I feel like Lavinia, I don't know. I just did a reading on him, on what he thinks is going to be, what he thinks is going to happen about, like, with his situation regarding Mueller. And at the end, I basically, the other reading discusses, okay, what is going to happen next, but what he thinks is going to happen. Okay, so I showed you guys that when he comes back, there's everything is in disarray because of the corruption. Okay. And it's interesting because this is a card of somebody else pointed out to me, and I used to never see this card like this, or not often. It's a card of the spy, actually. So it's like a person who can't be trusted in news. So here's a person, news about a person who can't be trusted. Okay. Because this person has been working for the Russians. Okay. Yeah, so news about the person who likely an aggressive spy or person working for the Russians. You know what? This is kind of interesting, guys. This is a card of burden. This card has come up from time to time. So burden meaning, it could also mean that the person has a lot of information. Okay, burden in that way. And unburden means, you know, when a person, you speak to someone, oh, he unburdened himself on me. The person tells all. Okay, somebody tells everything. And this is another time, the anchor card comes back, meaning long time. So what I think this means is that by the time he comes back, he's going to find out that somebody ratted him out, yet another person. Okay, because here we have the news, a new person who's likely some sort of spy working for Russia gets time or has something related to jail by related to talking. So somebody may talk about his connection, his work for Russia. Okay, there's news of someone working for Russia for a long time. Oh, news about somebody who was working for Russia for a long time. Because the question is what happens as a result of, like, after he comes back from Davos. Okay, the question was broad, but this could be true. Okay, somebody asked a question here. Natalie asked about Carter Page. I feel like Carter Page is really not. I mean, we'll talk about him another time, but he's more like a joke. I mean, he definitely, I think, works for the Russians, but I don't think. I feel like because he's not in the government, and he's a pretty easy target for Mueller. You know what I mean? If Carter Page is removed, not much happens. Like, the country still goes on every day. But if people in the government are removed, there are consequences for the country. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's the difference. Okay, so this is a public celebration, public victory, and transfers or movement of some sort. Okay, and so. Oh, you know what? Oh my God, you guys, it's kind of exciting. I've said before that this card can be related to financial transfers. Okay, and there's disarray because of corruption. I feel like the card underneath of victory could also mean election. So the corrupt financial transfers related to the election. And there's some disappointment here because of that in finances. So what I think this could mean is that financial transfers. Okay, because the card of finance. Because of the election, okay? And at the same time, guys, I'm thinking, like, am I really projecting here, or is it real? Like, let's see what else it could mean. It could also mean that the person traveling, coming back from the trip, he thought he had a victorious event, but he came back and saw that it's all a mess because of his corruption. But I think essentially it means corrupt financial transfers, because this is a card of finance, card of loss and theft and corruption and movement. So all of this to me means movement, financial transactions related to the election. And this is strength upside down, which means in a weak position, and heart. You know what, guys? Oh my God, this is interesting, because This could mean that his heart is weak, literally. Okay, yes, Shwet can mean immigration. So this is interesting because it could also mean that his health is weak. Not just that he feels that at heart he's in a weak position, but that his heart could also be weak. Okay. And this is more kind of like negative news about Russia or foreign powers. Oh, that's right. Immigration victory. But I don't think, in the context, I don't think necessarily means, because there's money involved, and the whole thing with immigration for him is not related to money necessarily. Okay. So this is a news, some sort of negative news or emotional manipulation related to Russia. Okay. And there's restlessness in the fox in the back, like probably because of his backdoor things. Okay. Now looking at all of this together, so at heart, this is so sickening to say this, but that's what it's saying. So the emotional connection with the foreign power because of their shady dealings. Okay. Okay, so this is news. You're right. It could be also news about the trip. It could also be a trip. I don't think it's a trip. Movement, migration. It could also mean transformation. So I feel like news about migration, movement, news of a happy trip or happy transition. And then here, the second row, we have the corruption. So corruption related to Russia and foreign powers. And then at the bottom, we have long-time finances are compromised, meaning are kind of like here, the fox, they are like shady behind the scenes. Okay. So for a long time, his long-time finances are seen as compromised. And I think, I'm just going to look at the rows now. I do think that maybe I don't think I have maybe a little bit of confusion about what this means here, the stork and the rider. I feel like maybe he think either news about immigration, but also news that like he thinks he did really well at the trip. Okay. But by the way, can you imagine if you're a person who does his fake tan, like the worst job, like you have to spray tan Trump? Can you imagine? Because I'm sure he doesn't. Do you think Hope Hicks does that? Who does that? Or Ivanka? Okay, so it's news about maybe a lot about the airplane, because it also flight. So news about flight makes him happy, or he's happy about the trip, even though it actually did not go well for him. And then we have working for the disarray because he worked for the Russians. Oh, we know what this other thing could mean too. This could mean doing the trip. Okay. So there was corruption, corrupt dealings. It starts on the lady here. So lady, corrupt dealings with the lady during his trip. Okay. So maybe people catch him doing something like that. I don't know exactly, but that's what it's showing. This is just the row. And then the other part is long time burden related to finances. Okay, also like people finding out too, because somebody is unburdening himself or her, probably himself, but like long-term financial something, financial dealings. Okay, here, the fox. Long-term financial dealings behind make him restless because they were all shady. So you have I feel like there's a combination of factors here. So there's a combination of factors. We have the discovery that his long-term finances are shady, okay, or like are very shoddy ground, and he's feeling very restless about it. There is maybe some happy news about the trip for him, but ultimately there were also some shady connections with some things related to Russia, okay, that he's done. They were very shady. Okay, so that's what happens. And I feel like what I feel like this means, the part about the end, is that like this was what people discover, okay, that what he actually ended up doing, okay, when he was away over there. And yeah, but it's just I feel like things just piled up for him. Okay, things just got worse and worse. And it's just like too much stuff coming out, because you have all these detailed descriptions. Because like stuff about his past finances. You have stuff about the corruption with Russia, which continues. And you have, I don't know, it's like he can't get away anymore. Okay, he just can't get away from it. So that was that, guys. Davos. So we have this. There's 87 minutes. I can do one more question that's not super long. So let's see. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think. What about? Should we ask about Melania? What's happening with? I don't know. Or if you tell me if you have other questions, because it's just just one question that's not super long. Like I said, that is not one of those that I have like kind of like a timeline or like several. I'm trying to think here. Maybe Melania would be a good. Or try. You know, I don't know, Diane. It's not. I mean, it's not a. I don't know. I mean, let's see what. Let's see. Let me just shuffle. Portrait, yeah, because I feel like there's so much to find out. Did you do Fox TVC after the fall? No, Jessica, I need to do a whole day just to focus on that. I posted earlier today, just before the I posted earlier today just to find out. I'm sorry, on the YouTube, the reading I had done on Sunday, which very few people saw, which is about America and the future. And it talks a little bit about those channels, but I need to do an in-depth reading on Fox, but it has to be the whole reading. Can only be, because then we'll look at Sean Hannity, we'll look at several conservative commentators. So anyway, so yeah, no. Because if he's known, this is this is not, I feel like this is the kind of question that all the lawyers, I feel like there's a panel that's dealing with Trump right now, in the sense of like they're figuring out what to do legally, like how, like not just in terms of how to remove him, but how to contextualize him, how to think of history, how to think of those things, because if he's done what he's done, he can't be in the same room as actual presidents, okay? It's like, it would be terrible. No, Jessica asked, no, Jessica, by the way, Jessica asked, there seems to be a terror reader that's for Trump reading that Obama and Hillary will be arrested. Can you read her? No. And I'll tell you why, because it's a waste of time, A. And I have been approached by people, like sometimes I get emails from those like I think it's Russians, and they're like, oh, this woman is saying such and such. And it's always like they follow a time. They are saying they're not real, okay? Like they're paid to do these things. And it's just like a waste of time. I'll never, like, I don't really care, like, honestly, because I've seen it. It's not worth like doing, because I feel like there's so many readings to do. I have no interest, like, you know what I mean? I only want to find out things that are like applicable to everybody. I'm never going to be like, oh, is that person real? Or like, I don't care, because I've seen it, and I've seen it like a lot. I've watched a lot of those videos, and they have talking points. Okay. And the talking points, the key is that the talking points are always the same. And it's always like how corrupt the FBI is, how Hillary is going to jail, how Obama and Hillary it's always the same. And you can go on the RT, which is the Russian network website, the propaganda website, and it's going to say the exact same thing. So it's just a propaganda tool. And there's a whole, there's another chapter. Exactly. It's the WikiLeaks version of terror. There's a whole other chapter. Maybe not, I may not talk about it now, but basically the Russians love conspiracy theories. So I've noticed that they're very attuned to terror readers. Okay. They care because they feel like people who can be persuaded, they love tarot in a way. Okay. Exactly. Classic. So it's like they love spreading. That's how they start spreading these news. They're like, did you know that Hillary Clinton has a child, something, that's how they start. And they'd like to control that. That's why, because I feel like, why do they care about some random person who's doing tarot? Because that's how they start these rumors. Okay. If you look at Alex Jones, for example, you could argue that it's like, obviously I'm not doing what Alex Jones is doing, but in some ways that's this kind of like, to them, it's like a person who knows what the truth is or whatever. Okay. So there's just like a lot of people, and you could tell by the number of views. People who have an unusually high number of views tend to, most of them, be very not real. Okay. So anyway, so let's look here. One last question, guys. Can I ask, what question just came to my mind? Natalie asked, Pizzagate very destructive, paid by Russia. But well, basically, it's the whole. I guess I'm going to do one day a reading on propaganda and the distribution channel of propaganda. Okay, because it's complex. Okay, there's a connection here between. It's not just paid, but there's a network of people who are paid, I believe. But then there's a path of how it's very complicated. It's not. You can't just say it in one reading. Okay. Exactly. Russians are pushing Nunes memos with bots. Exactly. So what was the tax returns? Tell me, what's the question about tax returns, guys? What is it? Tell me again. What is the complete question about it? What will they reveal? Okay. Does Mueller have them? And what will they reveal? Okay. Does Mueller have Trump's tax returns? And what will they reveal? Does Mueller have Trump's tax returns? And what will they reveal? Yeah, let's just say, Diane, let's just say, see what it says, okay? What do they reveal? Does Mueller have Trump's tax returns? Yeah. So does Mueller have his tax returns, and what do they reveal? Does Mueller have Trump's tax returns, and what do they reveal? Okay, guys, I'll show you before. Okay, 1 second. I'll show you before I pull out the tarot, just because I feel like it already gives an answer, but just quickly show you. So at the center, we have the cloud, something hidden, okay? And then on the left, we have a long time, because we have anchor. Growth for a long time, okay? He grew through his gifts. So I feel like I take this gifts to mean that it's a kind of a quid pro quo, okay? Meaning gifts, meaning I see it when someone gives you a gift, they expect something in return. But I think basically I see it as financial corruption, okay? And then this is a card of this is a card of, in the context of Trump readings, this is a card of election and also of multiple choices. So this could mean either something hidden about the election or multiple hidden. And this is a child. So it could be businesses or projects. So multiple hidden projects, but it could also mean that this is money that was like shady money or hidden money related to the election of the child, to his election, okay? And then the ship means deal with a foreign power by as like acting as a snake by getting a deal with a foreign power, okay? So just on these alone, we can see that, yeah, they reveal here essentially a long time or something that was like a long time connection to the Russians, okay? At the top or the bottom, the center, we have hidden growth through deals, which makes sense about his businesses. And at the bottom, we have gifts, hidden gifts to the child, meaning him. And the snake, I think it means that the gifts were hidden or could be under LLCs. You know what I mean? So because it's like a two-faced thing. So one thing, it's all, the snake is a liar, but it's also a two-faced kind of like a company that appears to be one thing but is not. Okay, shell companies, exactly. So so that's that. It shows that shady, like if we have the center, the cloud, which is a perfect card for this situation, it's like something hidden, okay? And then we have that he grew forever, he's grown through these shady money exchanges, and there's money related to the election, and that he's had these deals with Russians for a very long time. Okay, now this is without even pulling the tarot. I'm just going to pull the tarot just quickly to see, because the tarot sometimes I feel like it almost gives too much information, but this is, again, that I'm going from the left to right. So this is the left, pull a card here. Like dark hidden secrets about the election. Okay, this is, I'm sorry, this was not the left, but okay, well, Pedro, let me read the cards before I give you an answer about something, okay? Let's see here. Okay. So celebration for a long time. Maybe it's like they were friends for a long time. And this is a family. So family upside down, meaning I think his shady family business. Oh, you know what? This is making me think that the tree is related to, is a facade. The family business, which is upside down, is a facade to the, the businesses are all facades in a way. No, that's okay, Pedro. It's just okay. And then, oh, this is interesting. This is a card of this is a card of harvest, right? So like this is a card of like overdue. I remember this card came up with Melania when I wanted to find out like more about her financial future. It's like she was due to get child support, but it's like this. So it means it's overdue. So overdue gifts, okay? Meaning debts, I think. So it's saying that these people are his friends or close to him, or he partied with them or something. It's a group of people that have been working together for a long time that grew the family business grew, but this family business was a facade built out of gifts that in a way he had to collect or something, or like that the gifts, oh, this makes sense. Because you know how guys, for example, there's all these news about how his condos were paid, like he got a lot more money for them than the market price. So what that means is that in a way the gifts look like a lot of money, but it's some form of debt, okay, or some form of like collecting money, or okay. It's actually, this is actually very interesting because it's showing me that the tarot cards actually do matter. That the Lenormand is a quick way to see this, but that the cards actually matter. Okay, so the center we have dark hidden secrets about the election. Okay. And then the central card here is the lovers, so soulmates or connection. And what do we have is something hidden. What's hidden? This connection, hidden connection. So okay, this is very good. So this is a card of something happening quickly, swiftly. I think what this means, and then this is like swiftly, and then the child. So I think it's him. And I think what it means, I'll show you guys everything together here. What it means is that we have dark hidden secrets, probably about the election, or many of them, okay? And those are about hidden relationships as well. And his election, probably because there's another election card happening quickly. So there were dark secrets and relationships that were hidden and that would be visible through his tax returns that made it possible for him to be elected quickly or swiftly. Okay. And this is something financial related to the foreign power. This is a card of winning or focus, okay? And upside down, you have a deal. So the deal was to I feel like because the chariot is upside down, he won with a, you know, so sort of like a bitter victory or something like that. It's not the right victory. And this is a person with a lot of money and a snake. So putting it all together, now I'm actually glad that I did the tarot, because it does give a lot more detail. Okay. So this is like a deal with a financial deal with the foreign power to win something wrongfully by being a snake about money. So the money has a dual falsity to it, or like it looks like it's one thing, but it's another. And then looking at it again like this, it means it's going to go to the looking at the top row. We have a long-term or many, okay, long-term election, like long-term support for the election, or like like the support. And this is also dark secrets, like long dark secrets that have been going on for a long time, with the foreign power. Okay. And then we have the growth. This is so perfect, guys, because it's like the growth of the business was hidden. Like there was a hidden means of growth, and these hidden means of growth happened through deals. So his whole business grew through these deals that were behind the scenes or hidden from view. Okay. And then at the very bottom we have these, oh my God, you know, guys, I have to do oh my God, I have to do another reading on this, because this very bottom, if you can look at it, the bouquet, the child, and the snake, I think what it means is the gifts to the child are dual. So what I think it has to do with is election money. You know, somebody asked the other day, oh, what happened to the money that he got in the election? That's what I think this is. It's like the gifts, financial gifts that came quickly, were like dual, like hidden in a way, because a snake is always something. Exactly. That was Diane asked for inauguration. They never spent. So it's like there were hidden means of sending him money, because Swift is also a transfer. Okay. So there are quick transfers of money masqueraded as something else. Okay. So that's, oh my God, guys, this for something that I didn't give much thought to, because it was like either, you know, yes or no question. I feel like we got a lot out of this, like a lot of information. Wow. Crazy. That's crazy. So I feel like one of the things to look at from this reading is what happened to the money that went to the inauguration. That's, you know, guys, that's another thing to think about. Something that so one of you, I think maybe Diane and also Cynthia may have asked, which is where, you know how, like, for example, that he has all these like nonprofits. I feel like it's, where is this money going? You know how he has all these campaigns for like, oh, help the 220 election or something. So I feel like the next question is, where is this money going? Okay, is this going to his own pocket, really, or like what is happening here? Where is this money? So I feel like that's what it's saying. The reason why, you know what, guys, I'm like thinking back about the reading tonight. There was one part when we were looking into how Trump feels about Mueller, the whole thing, where it showed that he's worried about the people he has worked with in the past in his real estate deals. And I think what it shows is that the tax returns somehow still show the connection that he has with these people. It's still to this day. So that's what it is. Okay. And I think maybe the inauguration money he could still have it. We don't know yet, but that's a very important question to ask next time. Okay, because it's almost like it's 1 hour. It's like 110 minutes. So in 10 minutes, they're going to close down the stream anyway. So maybe it's time to go, guys. So it's crazy. I'm like, whoa, it's crazy. I feel like, guys, seriously, it never ends. It never ends. And I explain to people, some people like who are not in the group, they say, can you do a reading on this and that? And actually, and I wrote to this person, I thought it was like kind of amazing. And I explained that actually nowadays the readings are much more, I do, I collect the links now, but it's a group effort. Obviously I do the readings, right? So it's not like I do the readings anyway, but I still feel like it's a group effort. We end up kind of deciding how the reading goes depending on what the news are and so forth, right? Because because I don't know, it's interesting. I feel like it's very it's illuminating. I feel like, right? Because I don't think I can just do one thing separate. I explained to the person, we have a general reading and then things sort of open up based on whatever the topic was. It's not just like, look into this or look into, I used to do that more, but I think now it's more about, and I actually really like this, guys, because I feel like we can do very fresh things. We don't have to wait until the election. I'm sorry, the election, I'm like kind of maybe tired, but we don't have to wait until the next day. I don't have to like make a list. I don't have to, it's just go. It's like as we go kind of thing. Okay. So, so that's that. Okay. Oh, and Ruth Sykes asked, and I think you guys know, this is something I forgot to add today. I have to do this very soon. How will the stock market fare? This is a very interesting question. I have to do a bit more reading because I want to do a more, maybe tomorrow. I feel like it's time to do the finances stuff. It scares me a little, but I think maybe not tomorrow or like the next time. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's not like, I was like, I have to think about it because I don't want to, I have to like think about ways to ask the question that are not scary. Because if we ask like, oh, it's going down. Oh my God. Oh my God, because then you like get desperate. So I just have to think about it more and like structure it well. All right. Okay. So it's nice to also wrap things up at the end because then it's like, it stays in my mind. I'm going to make a note of it. Okay. All right. So tomorrow, the same time. Okay, guys. All right. Have a good night and see you tomorrow. Bye. To end here.